Hi, I'm Bill Cunerty, and I'll be doing the quarterback sections for myfootballmentor.com. Welcome. The position of quarterback, I think, is the most difficult position to play in any sport. It involves intelligence, it involves obvious athletic skills, it really involves great decision making in a very short period of time. And I think there are a lot of people that would like to be a quarterback, and what we're going to do at myfootballmentor.com is try to give you every technique from a one-step drop all the way to bootlegs and play action, shotgun, all of those things to give you a chance to chase your dream and become a very proficient quarterback. In this process, we're going to examine a multitude of different drops. We're going to break down one-step drops, three-step drops, five-step drops, some seven-step, even though for younger players that may not be in your best interest yet. But we're going to show you all these techniques so that at some point in your development as a quarterback, you'll understand by watching these videos which steps to take, where to carry the ball, how to become a proficient thrower. Also, in becoming a quarterback, there are some things that I think we're going to really emphasize. About 80% of the human race learns visually. And if you learn visually for a quarterback, if you can see it first, which is the whole reason we're doing these videos. If you can see it, I think then you can mimic it and do it. You must also understand when you see it, what actually is going on. What's the difference between a 3-quick and a 3-hang, a 3-blitz and a 3-rub? Eventually our goal is to teach you to make the drop match the route. So if you have a fast receiver on one side, a little slower guy on the other side, if they're running identical routes, your drop probably can't be exactly the same for both guys. So we'll teach you that maybe you want to use a 3-quick for the guy on the right, a 3 on time for the guy on the left, but it's all part of this process. We'll begin with all of the things we do before practice ever starts. We'll introduce you later on to film study, how you can look at these videos, how you can learn to understand defenses, what defensive concepts are, what coverages you'll need to learn to know, and how to beat them. On the other hand, the thing that is most important for you as a young quarterback, determine what is the most comfortable throwing position. I'm going to teach you about 3 different kinds of throwers. For 40 years, I've broken them into 3 categories: either punchers, launchers, or slingers. And to give you a quick synopsis of those, a puncher would be a Dan Marino, a Steve Young. If you're thinking about big punchers, Phillip Rivers. Those are guys that hold the ball close to their body, and the throwing motion looks like throwing a punch. It's quick, it's powerful, it may not be the prettiest throwing motion, but for all those football players, it is really an efficient way to get the ball out of your hand quickly. The launcher, if you think Tom Brady, Vinny Testaverde, Mark Sanchez, the beautiful over-the-top throwing motion that aesthetically it looks gorgeous, and it's very efficient, and it is really more tied to a body type. If you feel comfortable with a high release point, that may be the method for you. It may not be quite as quick as the punch, but the launchers normally are great deep ball throwers. The third one, we don't see it quite as much anymore, but we call this method, for the guys that turn the ball away, a slinger. And a slinger would be, in this case, Michael Vick, a person who takes the football and in their throwing motion, they extend their arm, turn the point away, and sling the ball. Randall Cunningham, for all you coaches out there. If you have a young man who is very comfortable with that motion, it's probably the slowest of the 3, but it might be the most powerful. And the reason I bring up these 3 motions is it's going to be an individual choice, along with a coach who can help you determine which is the best for you. Now, I've coached quarterbacks from 5'6" to 6'7", so it really doesn't matter how big you are. Some of the best ones I've ever coached in 42 years were the little guys. Quick release, they could move around in the pocket. Obviously, arm strength is an important thing, but I think if you ask coaches from junior All-American and Pop Warner through the NFL, if you had to pick something that you wanted your quarterback to be outstanding at, it would be decision making. And we're going to talk about that as a common theme all the way through our videos. Great decisions, being able to get the ball on time to where you're going, and really be a student of the game. Now, I'm going to break this down into 4 parts. The 4 parts are going to be from the huddle to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be scan it, move it, see it, stick it. And if I put that in another terminology, it would be from the line of scrimmage when you come up. Look at everything. Look at the defense, see what's in front of you. The move it part is get away from the center. Get to your drop point. Be ready to make that decision. Step 3, know by what you've seen at the line of scrimmage and what you know about your receivers, where you're going to go with the ball. And the 4th thing is stick the throw. See it, move it. See it, stick it. If I take a look at the defense from the first time I get to the line of scrimmage, we call that a PSR, or a pre-snap read. That's what you get from the huddle break to the line of scrimmage. Once you get to the line of scrimmage, there are not very many defenses that are going to tell you before the snap of the ball where they're going, what coverage they'll be in. So that pre-snap read can give you a general idea about what the coverage might be. The second step in our progression is going to be ROM. PSR is the pre-snap read. ROM is read on the move. And that is from the snap. When the defense goes in motion, you'll now have to begin making decisions. I saw something before the snap, now I see the defense move. PSR, ROM. And after ROM becomes the part that makes all quarterbacks, and that's ADJ, adjust. Pre-snap read on the move, adjust. Involved in this process in our next video will be, what do we do to practice? And I'm not talking about throwing the ball yet, because there's a complete set of things we do to warm up and make sure we're ready to throw the ball. We'll see you next time.